Let me tell you something powerful. The size of your vision will always determine the size of your life. Most people never fail because they lack potential. They fail because their vision stops at the edge of their limits. They see what's in front of them, but they don't imagine what's beyond. The human mind is like a projector. Whatever picture you put inside, that's the life that appears on your screen. If your picture is small, your life will be small. But if your picture is grand, your life will expand to meet it. You must learn to dream beyond what's reasonable, to see yourself in places your feet haven't yet walked, and to believe in things that haven't yet happened. See, limits are not walls. They're invitations. They whisper, "Come further." The problem is, most people stop when they reach their limits instead of stretching past them. But the great ones, the leaders, the builders, the creators, they saw something no one else saw. They believed something no one else believed. Their vision was larger than the limits of their time, their resources, or their circumstances. You've got to understand that your life expands or shrinks based on the size of your vision. If your goals don't scare you a little, they're probably too small. If people don't doubt you, you're probably playing it too safe. Vision is what turns ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. Don't let what you see make you forget what you believe. The world will always give you reasons to stop, reasons to quit, reasons to doubt, but vision gives you reasons to keep going. When you carry a vision that's larger than your limits, you become unstoppable. So lift your eyes, stretch your belief. Set your goals higher than your comfort zone, because your future will always rise to the level of your vision, never below it. Let me begin with a truth that shapes destinies. Your life can only grow to the size of your vision. Not your bank account, not your education, not even your current abilities. Your vision sets the ceiling on how far you can rise. You see, everything in life is created twice. First in the mind, then in reality. The picture you hold in your imagination becomes the pattern your life follows. If the picture is small, your actions will be small. If the picture is grand, your actions will rise to meet it. You don't live according to your potential. You live according to your vision of your potential. A person with a small vision wakes up each day only thinking about survival. They ask, "How can I make it through this week?" But a person with a great vision wakes up asking, "How can I make this week count towards something bigger?" The difference isn't their talent, it's their thinking. One is focused on getting by. The other is focused on getting ahead. You can't expand your life if your mind remains narrow. You can't build a skyscraper with the blueprint of a hut. Many people are living inside walls that only exist in their imagination, walls of fear, doubt, and disbelief. They convince themselves that this is all there is, and so it becomes all there is. If you truly want to change your life, the first renovation must happen in your vision. See yourself stronger, wiser, wealthier, more disciplined, more loving, more capable. See yourself living a life of significance, not just survival. Because the moment you change what you see, you start changing what you do. Let's put it another way. Your vision is your internal compass. It determines the direction of your daily choices. Without a clear vision, you'll drift. You'll react to life instead of creating it. You'll waste energy on distractions because you have no picture pulling you forward. But when your vision is sharp, your decisions become simple, not easy, but simple. You know where you're going, and that makes all the difference. Here's what's fascinating. When you have a strong vision, you begin to attract the people, ideas, and opportunities that align with it. It's not magic, it's focus. What you focus on expands. If you keep your eyes on scarcity, you'll see lack everywhere. But if you keep your eyes on growth, you'll start spotting possibilities that were invisible before. Think of vision as the soil of success. The richer and wider your mental landscape, the deeper your roots and the higher your growth. A tree can only grow as high as its roots go deep. Similarly, your results can only rise as high as your imagination stretches. But here's the catch: vision requires courage. Because the moment you decide to see bigger, you'll also see your limits more clearly. You'll realize how far you still have to go, how much you need to learn, how many fears you must conquer. That's why many people prefer small visions. They're safe, predictable, and comfortable. But comfort never builds character. Vision does. Your vision must stretch you. It must call you into becoming more than you currently are. It's like climbing a mountain. The higher you aim, the stronger you become in the climb. And as you climb, your view expands. You start seeing possibilities you couldn't from the bottom. Ask yourself this: what's the picture I'm holding in my mind right now? Does it inspire me, or does it limit me? Does it make me excited to wake up in the morning, or does it make me want to hide under the blanket? If your current vision doesn't stir your heart, it's time to paint a new one. Don't let your current conditions fool you. Your circumstances may be small, but your vision doesn't have to be. Some of the world's greatest achievers started with nothing but an idea and a burning image of a better tomorrow. They lived in the same world as everyone else, but they saw a different one. And that vision became the map to their destiny. Remember, your future will always rise or fall to the level of your vision. If you keep your vision small, life will stay small. But if you dare to dream bigger than your fears, to see beyond your current limits, you'll begin to experience the extraordinary. So, guard your vision. Feed it daily with learning, reflection, and faith. Because once your vision grows larger than your limits, your life will have no choice but to follow. Let me tell you something that can completely change the way you look at life. Limits are not stop signs, they are invitations. Every limit you face, whether it's financial, physical, emotional, or circumstantial, isn't there to hold you back. It's there to test your desire, to strengthen your will, and to invite you to grow beyond who you are today. Most people see limits and quit. They see a wall and turn around. But successful people see the same wall and say, there must be a way through, over, or around it. That's the difference between those who settle and those who soar. The limit is not the end. It's simply the edge of your current ability. Beyond that edge lies your next level. Think about this. A muscle only grows when it's pushed beyond its comfort zone. You lift a weight heavy enough to create resistance, and the muscle fibers tear a little. Then, as they heal, they grow stronger. That's how progress works. Resistance is the signal that growth is near. In the same way, when life gives you resistance, it's not punishing you, it's preparing you. Every time you face a limit, life is asking you a question: do you really want it? If you do, you'll push harder, think deeper, and act bolder. Limits separate the curious from the committed. They separate those who dream from those who do. You see, your limits are not what define you. Your response to them does. The most remarkable people in history didn't start with perfect conditions. They started with obstacles, setbacks, and 1,000 reasons to quit. But they also had a vision that was larger than their limitations. They saw opportunity where others saw impossibility. A person who never faces limits never discovers strength. A person who never meets challenge never finds courage. Limits are life's way of introducing you to your potential. Without limits, you would never stretch. Without challenges, you'd never change. Here's a truth you can write down: your limits are temporary, but your growth is permanent. Once you break through a barrier, it never has the same power over you again. What once intimidated you becomes routine. What once seemed impossible becomes your new normal. Imagine a bird learning to fly. The first time it jumps from the nest, gravity seems like the greatest enemy. But after a few attempts, that same gravity becomes the thing that helps it soar. The law didn't change, the bird did. The same is true for you. The limits of your life don't have to change before your results do. You have to change. So instead of saying, I can't, start asking, how can I? That simple shift in language transforms your mind from a prisoner to a problem solver. The moment you start asking how, your brain goes to work finding solutions. It looks for new ideas, new people, new paths. The limit that once looked solid begins to crack under the pressure of your determination. You'll also find that limits have a way of revealing what's inside you. When everything's easy, you don't need faith. You don't need discipline. But when you hit a wall, you're forced to dig deeper. You find reserves of strength, creativity, and patience you didn't know you had. Limits don't expose your weakness. They expose your hidden potential. But here's the key. Don't take your limits personally. Too many people make the mistake of turning temporary challenges into permanent identities. They say things like, I'm just not good with money, or I'm not smart enough for that, or people like me don't succeed. Those are not truths. They are self-imposed limits. And remember this, the limits you accept become the life you live. If you ever feel stuck, don't curse the limit. Thank it. It means you've reached the boundary of your current growth. Now, the only question is whether you'll expand it or stay within it. Because life will always give you two choices: comfort or growth. Comfort keeps you safe. Growth keeps you alive. So when you face a limit, smile at it. It's not there to stop you. It's there to strengthen you. It's not a wall. It's a doorway. But the door only opens for those willing to knock again and again. Every breakthrough begins with the courage to challenge a boundary. Every new chapter begins with someone refusing to accept the limits handed to them. You can be that person. You can look at your challenges and say, thank you for showing me where I must grow. Because once you understand this truth, that limits are not permanent, but invitations. You stop shrinking back and start rising up. You stop seeing problems as punishment and start seeing them as purpose. And in that shift, your entire world begins to expand. Every great achievement begins long before the world sees it. It begins as a vision in the mind of one person who saw it first. You must see it before you can seize it. That's not just a principle of success, it's a law of life. Everything that exists, every building, every invention, every business, every dream fulfilled, existed first in someone's imagination. Think about it. The airplane was born in the imagination of two brothers who saw flight long before it ever touched the sky. The light bulb existed first in the mind of a man who refused to live in darkness. The smartphone you hold in your hand was once just an idea, a picture in someone's head. They saw it, believed it, and then built it. The same is true for your future. You must see it clearly in your mind before you can hold it in your hands. Most people make the mistake of waiting to believe after they see results. They say, "I'll believe it when I see it." But that's not how life works. The truth is, you'll see it when you believe it. Faith is the ability to see things that don't yet exist in the physical world. Vision gives you the power to live as if what you want is already on its way. Let me tell you why this is so important. Your mind is a magnet. It attracts what it pictures. If you constantly visualize lack, failure, and fear, you'll find yourself living those pictures. But if you focus on abundance, victory, and growth, your mind begins to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions to create them. What you focus on, you move toward. When you can see your dream vividly enough, it becomes almost tangible. You start to feel it, talk like it, and act like it. That's when things begin to shift. Vision doesn't just change what you see. It changes you. It gives you energy on the days when motivation is low. It gives you direction when circumstances are confusing. It keeps your heart alive when your surroundings seem silent. You must learn to live from the inside out, not the outside in. The world may show you obstacles, but your vision must show you the outcome. The world may say, "It's impossible," but your mind must whisper, "It's inevitable." That inner image will keep pulling you forward when everything around you tries to push you back. Picture this: a sculptor stands before a block of marble. To the average person, it's just a rock. But in the sculptor's eyes, there's a masterpiece inside. Every strike of the hammer is guided by the vision of what could be, not by what is. That's what vision does. It allows you to see the finished product while you're still working through the process. Your imagination is one of the greatest gifts you've been given. It's the preview of your life's coming attractions. But you must use it wisely. Don't let your imagination become a factory of worry and fear. Use it to design your destiny. Spend time every day visualizing where you want to go, who you want to become, and what kind of impact you want to make. The clearer your vision, the quicker your progress. Now, don't confuse seeing with wishing. Wishing is weak, vision is powerful. A wish says, "I hope it happens." Vision says, "It's already mine, I just haven't reached it yet." Wishing waits for the wind to change. Vision sets the sails and steers the course. To truly seize your dream, your mind must be there before your body is. You've got to see yourself giving that speech, owning that business, living in that peace, walking in that success. Feel it so deeply that doubt starts to fade and faith begins to grow roots. That's when your energy changes. And once your energy changes, your results start catching up. When you can see it, you'll start moving differently. You'll talk differently. You'll walk with purpose. You'll make decisions that align with your vision, not your fears. People will think you've changed. And they'll be right. Because once your inner world shifts, your outer world must follow. Remember, the eyes in your head show you where you are, but the eyes in your mind show you where you're going. Never let your current reality blind you to your future potential. The dream you see is the seed of the life you're meant to live. So, take time each day to visualize your future as if it's already unfolding. Speak it, feel it, believe it. Because when your vision becomes clear and alive inside you, the world has no choice but to catch up. You must see it before you can seize it. Because no one ever built something they couldn't first imagine. Let me tell you something powerful. If your vision doesn't make you a little uncomfortable, it's not big enough. Your vision must challenge your comfort zone. Why? Because comfort is the enemy of growth. Nothing extraordinary ever happens in a place where everything feels safe and familiar. Growth begins the moment comfort ends. See, the comfort zone is a silent trap. It feels peaceful, but it keeps you small. It feels secure, but it limits your progress. It's that invisible space where you say, "I know this job, I know this routine, I know this life." And you stop reaching for more. The danger of comfort is that it convinces you you're okay, even when you're capable of far more. Every dream that has ever changed the world required someone to step outside of what was easy. The entrepreneur who risked failure, the artist who faced rejection, the leader who stood alone. They all walked beyond the line of comfort into the territory of courage. And that's exactly where your vision must take you. You can't build a new future with old habits. You can't grow into your potential while clinging to your security. Your vision is meant to stretch you, to call you into becoming someone who can handle more, give more, and become more. The purpose of a vision is not just to achieve something, but to transform you in the process. Think of life as a gym. The weights that make you stronger are the same ones that make you sweat. If you're lifting only what feels light, you'll never grow muscle. Likewise, if your vision only includes what feels easy, you'll never grow character. Discomfort is not a sign you're failing, it's a sign you're expanding. Most people want success, but they want it to come wrapped in convenience. They say, I'll chase my dream when it's the right time, or I'll take the leap when I feel ready. The truth is, you'll never feel ready. Growth doesn't announce itself politely. It challenges you when you least expect it. The right time is never comfortable. The right time is when you decide to move anyway. Your comfort zone might give you short-term peace, but it robs you of long-term purpose. You can't discover your strength if you never test your limits. You can't build courage if you never face fear. Every time you stretch yourself, take a risk, learn a new skill, confront a fear, you expand the boundaries of your comfort zone. And the beauty is, what once terrified you eventually becomes normal. Remember, comfort feels good today, but costs you tomorrow. Growth feels tough today, but rewards you for life. So, when your vision challenges you, don't shrink back, lean in. The discomfort you feel is a sign that your dream is doing its job. It's molding you into the person capable of achieving it. Here's the secret: the bigger your vision, the bigger the challenges you'll face. That's not a punishment, it's preparation. If your goal is to lead, you must first learn to carry responsibility. If your dream is to build wealth, you must first learn discipline. If your desire is to make an impact, you must first learn patience and persistence. Growth always precedes greatness. You see, the comfort zone is built on fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of uncertainty. But fear only has power when you let it dictate your choices. The moment you act in spite of fear, the moment you choose vision over comfort, the fear begins to shrink. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's the mastery of it. When you chase a vision that challenges you, you'll find that you begin to discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. You'll think deeper, act bolder, and become more resilient. You'll develop habits and strengths that comfort could never give you. You'll start to realize that what felt impossible yesterday is normal today. And what feels impossible today will be your achievement tomorrow. Ask yourself, does my vision make me a little nervous? If not, it's time to aim higher. Set goals that demand a better version of you. Dream dreams that require you to learn new skills, meet new people, and build new mindsets. Growth is not about what you get, it's about who you become. Remember this truth: comfort never made anyone great. Every step toward your destiny will come with a bit of fear, a bit of risk, and a lot of uncertainty. But beyond that discomfort lies the life you've been dreaming of. So let your vision stretch you until it scares you. Then chase it until it shapes you. Because comfort may give you rest, but only challenge will give you growth.